What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Stray Briggs here again, man, with the WNBA Layup session. I know we're a few days late. I was doing some traveling, man, but still early in the season. And I'm back with my guy, Chris Ruffolo, man, to cook up some WNBA action. Franchise player Chris Ruffolo, man, we're back. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. Yeah, it's good to have you back. Good to be back with you for the WNBA again. We debuted the layup session last season. It was a bit of a hit, so we said, you know what, let's run it back. Let's do it again because we're gonna have the dog days of summer. Still want to have some basketball action to chop up. So, we've gotten a lot more comfortable with the WNBA. We know a lot of the players now. We know a lot of the teams, and this is the most I think in depth I've gotten into the WNBA. In my time at Pick Dawgz. So I'm ready to break it down with you this season, make some money. How are you doing?
Same thing, man. Same thing. I've had a solid start to the season. I'm 2-1 currently in the WNBA. Cashed my first two plays of the season on the Lynx. And last night I did take my hometown team in the Dallas Wings. I thought they might have pulled out their first one of the season, get some momentum going. Yeah, no. They might. Yeah, they added Paige, but they still might be one of the worst teams in the dub. So.
Yeah, they definitely those Wings turned out to be all flats in that game. It's
no drums, all flats, man.
Yeah. Oh God, is that our new bit?
There, man. But we got two solid games today, man. I'm ready to cook them up, ready to talk about them with you. So let's do the damn thing, brody. Let's do it. The first one we got up. One of the more recognizable teams in all of the WNBA. They've been the best team in years past. Of course, they fell short last year. And they fell short in game one to those Liberty, but they're huge road favorites in this one. We got the Las Vegas Aces laying 13.5 on the Connecticut Sun. Total 166.5. How you feeling here?
Yeah, I think this is one of those ones where you just don't overcomplicate it. The Sun are still a team that's going to be in a rebuild mode this year. They only brought, I think, 3 players back from last year, and the best one was Marina Mabry, who was, a sixth person at best last year. So this is going to be just a complete tear it down, build it back up here for Connecticut. The Aces, they got better by adding Jewel Lloyd. I'm not saying that Kelsey Plum is a downgrade from Jewel Lloyd, but still they bring in a fourth scorer. She was killing it in Seattle, and now you just create another four-headed monster, and it's just the Aces are going to be big favorites like this a lot of times this season, but a lot of times it's going to be justifiably so. So I'm not reading much into a loss to the defending champions for the Aces. I think it's the Liberty are just that good, but I think that against the majority of the rest of the league, we're going to see this version of the Aces, the one that just put belt to ass and just beat up on teams. So give me the Aces here.
I'm with you. I like the Aces in this one. I'm laying the points here. I think this is a don't overcomplicate style game, style spot, style situation. Aces coming off the really disappointing first game of the season. I think they come in here locked in. I still believe they're one of the 4 best teams in this league. I think it's the 4 best teams in this league and then everybody else. I currently have the Aces slotted in at that 4th spot, but I don't have the Connecticut Sun anywhere near those top 4. So I think this is just a spot where the Aces come in, handle business, and get right, kind of remind us why they are one of the best teams in this league and have been for a couple of years now. I'm expecting the Sun to take a major step back this season. They have been, really competitive in years past, but they might be one of the worst teams in the WNBA this season. I have a really good feeling of that. So I'm going to lay here with the Aces. Don't want to overcomplicate it. Still one of the best teams in this league. They should come in here and absolutely dominate Connecticut. I like them first quarter. I like them first half. I like them full game. I really even like an extended number. This should be a 20-plus point blowout in my mind, in my opinion. So Aces for me here in our first game of the night. Keep it rolling, Roof. We got another one. We got the Atlanta Dream. They're 0-1 on the season. Looking to get their first win of the year. I don't know if they get it, though. They're on the road in Indiana, where the Fever are 7.5-point home favorites. Fever absolutely dominated the Sky in that first game. Second half, they picked them apart, did pretty much whatever they wanted to them, and came out of there with a huge dominant win. The Fever, they added Caitlin Clark last season, who I already think is a top 3 player in this league right now currently. Last year was kind of a learning curve. She had to learn the league. It's not college. Kind of the same thing I think Paige is going to go through this season. But towards the end of last season, we really saw Caitlin start to turn it on. I love the additions that this Fever team made over the offseason, acquiring girls like Bonner, who was really good last season. I think really going to help somebody like Caitlin. I have the Fever right now as that third best team in this league. I got the Aces 4, I got the Minnesota Lynx 2, and I got the New York Liberty 1. In a spot in a game like this tonight, at home, at the crib, I think the Fever come out here and dominate the Dream. I have no bad words to say about the Dream. They lost their first game on the road to DC. I think they're going to lose their second game of the season on the road to a really, really good Fever team. Keep an eye out on the Fever this year. They might go on a legitimate run. I have a really good feeling of that. Give me the CCs. Give me Caitlin. And the Fever. I'm going to lay it here in this one, Chris.
Oh man, CC's. Oh boy, we're gonna have to start coming up with some bits for the WNBA. For me here, I'm gonna go with sort of a half and half play here. I'm gonna take the Fever. I'm gonna take the over. I do think the Fever are the better team. I think this is a game where they pull away. There's a very good chance the Fever might instill themselves with some of the top teams in the WNBA this season. They may not be the top team. You still have to go through teams like the Aces and the Liberty, but I think they're going to be up there. I have potential that this could be a top 4 team. But the thing is that I still have my questions about their defense and whether or not that first game's defensive performance was about the Sky just being complete ass, or if Stephanie White already has her fingerprints on this Fever defense, because she turned the Sun into a fantastic defensive team last year. They were a very slow-paced team, and so far the Fever have been fast-paced, and they've been able to keep it up. So that's why I don't know if it's just all about how bad the Sky looked, or if, like I said, there's something deeper here. But the thing was, this is pretty much almost a lot of the same roster for the Fever from last year's team, and the Fever were the second worst 3-point defense in the WNBA, and Atlanta hit 12 threes in that opener against Washington. So if those threes continue to fall, I think they can contribute to a point total here well into maybe into the 180s. So I'm going to go with the over. I'm going to go with the Fever in this one.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that concludes the first episode of this season of the WNBA Layup Session. Some of you might ask why the name of it is called the Layup Session. It's because my NBA podcast is called the Jam Session. And of course, we know there's not too many dunks in the WNBA. So I thought it was pretty funny. We thought it was pretty funny to just go with the Layup Session. So that's why it's called what it is. Appreciate each and every one of y'all for continuing to tune in and join me. And Roof. Of course, I have premium plays over at the site, 2-1 currently in the WNBA. Looking to go 3-1 tonight on the top play. So you can scoop that up for $19 from me over at Pickdawgz Premium. Roof, what you got going on?
Yeah, nothing from the WNBA for me today. Just baseball and hockey play on the board. But there will be plenty of WNBA plays on the board this season. So make sure that you jump on something, pair the two of us up. We can make you some money all summer long.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Money Making Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Be on the lookout for this on the daily. Check out Chris's individual videos and the wraparound. Check out the NBA Jam Session still going on right now with the playoffs going on. Money Making Tuesday. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We out here. Peace.